Hi, it's Nick. So today we're going to be putting together an IKEA Malm desk with a side piece which you can have on either side. What I always do before I get started, you see it explains all the parts here, but you'll save yourself loads of time if you just open your packet of pieces, and as you see here, I've just placed every single type of thing together. Just makes it so much easier to find, and you can recognise your parts more easily. And the general rule of thumb is, what I say is, however they've got them laid in the picture, pay great attention to where the holes are, and then get your first two pieces and literally lay them out exactly the same as they've got them in the picture. It'll help you. Okay, so you get your first two pieces and you look, you've got a part number, okay, and a screw. Now you've got two types of those, ones that are plastic, ones that are not. And if you're not sure, you've got a little explanation there, and what that's saying is that it's not the one with the plastic on, it's the metal one. Okay, and you can, if you want to, go back and compare it to your drawings. This is the one it says, and this is the one with the plastic on. You can tell it's the one with the plastic on because it looks like that. Okay, so get yourself started, sort all your bits out, and get your first two out. And the first thing is to get 4 of those into the outside 2 holes there and the outside 2 holes there. And the next part is this part, the cutout and a long thin part. We've got 3 of the lockers to put in, and this time it's the opposite. This time it's the one with the plastic on, and you can always tell you're in the right holes because these are the size of the ones that have the wooden plugs in, and these are the size, there's my thing on, that have these in. So you've got 3 to put in there and 3 to put in there. And then what we're going to do afterwards is we're going to put them together with the cutout facing you. And again, dowels, it says not the big one, the small one. So I sorted mine out, and you'll see you actually only get 3 small ones. So there's what you're going to use to put them together. So these 2 pieces that go together is the one with all the big holes in it like that, and you're going to put them together with these. Now the real simple rule with these, if I can show you in the light, can you see that little arrow? So that arrow points towards the hole. On these ones, my arrow's going up towards that hole. These, it's going down towards that hole. Okay, so you sit that on top of there, your curve is nearest you, and then the ones with the pins, you just put a flat screwdriver in and you just turn them just till you feel them stop. Don't try and over tighten them. Okay, just these ones. And that's it. And then you've got to get your next long piece, which you put your other 3 pins in, and it's going to go along the top, and then you'll tighten the top ones up. See, I'll see if I can do it. Oh no, we've got a bit missing here. The dowels, let me sort that out. So there were 2 of the short dowels, and then the other holes are your pins. By the way, when you put these pins in, only go up to the shoulder. Don't over tighten it. If you under tighten it, it won't go in properly. it won't fit flush. Make sure it sits snug, then do up you and the set. Do it and fill. So the next thing to do is got to put the long ones, because they're all you've got left anyway, into the top part and the bottom part. Okay, so I've already done that there. Now, quick thing, might be obvious, but you look on the end, you see there's 4 holes. Well, it's really easy to work out which ones are which, because you never put a dowel where a pin is going to go, so it's always the other 2. Okay, and then when you look at the drawing, you go, right, which way round it goes? So I've got the curve facing me, and then I need the pins of these big ones at the front, like that. And then you'll see that as we move these together, you'll see the pins line up the pin holes and the dowels line up the dowel holes. So get your 2 sides on, and then to lock them in place, again, make sure your arrow is pointing the outside, and then just twist lock those up. So the next part is to get your top out, and you'll see that you've got screw-in pins down the side and around the corner. Ignore the hole on the front. So get 3 up the side, 1 around the corner, 3 up the side, 1 around the corner. And then your other hole, it's really obvious which is which, because obviously this hole is much bigger, is 2 dowels on that side, 2 dowels down the back, and 2 on that side. And then what you've got to do is you've got to flip what you've just constructed, and all of those have got to line up. Make sure it's sitting flush, and then same as before, the metal screws, you just twist them until they lock. Okay, so we'll make a note, but to get that on there takes 2 people, and if it doesn't line up properly, you saw how many pins you had, you only need 1 of those pins to not be in line properly, and that will not fit on there. So if you've got an alignment problem, get underneath and have a look at which pin doesn't want to go up the hole. But definitely took 2 people to get that on there. Then you'll have 6 of these left. Remember, your pin is on this coming up, so your arrow goes down. I'll push it in with a screwdriver and give it a twist. So there's 6 of those to do, and then you're on to the pull-out part. So the next bit's putting these plastic brackets on to the side of this piece with the 4 holes in the side. These are symmetrical, so it doesn't matter which way around they go from what I can see, and they fit on with those funny little flat screws there. So you've got 4 for that one, and then on the top of the same piece you've got 4 holes. You've got these 2 very long screws here which go in the outside 2 holes, and this spanner fits on the top of there. Hold it still with one hand and making sure it's straight, and then turn it with your spanner until they reach that shoulder there. Okay, so if you get your last piece with the big holes, you'll have these strange looking things which need to be put in to these holes. Make sure you put them in the right way round. So you need this part for your Allen key to be facing you, and there's no, oh there's an arrow in there, look, arrow, which they don't mention in the instructions, which I'm going to follow the same rule and point the arrow to to the hole, and it needs to seat down in there like that. Same one on this one. Find the arrow there, drop it into the bottom like that, and then you'll have 2 dowels left, and they go in the middle. And then you can put your 2 pieces together, and the way you lock them up is by putting that in there and turning it, and it will catch those pins. Don't know if it's possible to do it one-handed. Okay, so when you put this side on, you'll find that it feels like it doesn't go all the way down, and that's correct, because what happens is, look, as you turn this, can you see it pulls it down into place? See? And now it's flush. Next part is putting your wheels on, and you'll see they've already put the holes there for you. Put those on, and then we've got to get into this important part here. If you want it on the left, it's page 19. If you want it on the right, it's page 14. Okay, on this bit we're doing it, you've got 2 big metal rods. Okay, and they've got to go through your plastic holder, and then they go into, you see that hole at the back. So I'd put your metal rods in the side first. Can't film it and do it, and then this, look, sits facing downwards, and it goes into that hole, and you'll have 2 screws left, and that's what goes in. 2 screws left, and that's what goes in there. So they line up, one on each side. That side looks like it's going to be a bit awkward. And then you've got these feet. Doesn't say where they go, just hammer them into the bottom, and a packet of 2 covers, and they're just to go over those big holes. And then I suggest that 2 people turn it the right way up. There we go. First time it's mentioned 2 people. That should be everything. I hope I've covered everything for you. Please subscribe to the channel, helps me, helps the channel. I'll see you next time.